Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Browns Latest. I'm Dave Grendzynski. You can call me Grizzer, and this is where we get you caught up on some of the latest news that's tied to our favorite team in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns, and then give you our takes along the way. Not just my takes, your takes, courtesy the viewer comments. Thank you to everybody who has liked our previous episodes, who has subscribed to the channel. We've never been closer to 11,000 subscribers than we are today. When we get there, we will change the fit like we always do for just one show to celebrate the milestone. Also, thank you to everybody who has become members of the Browns' latest Dog Pound. Woof, woof. Remember the ball? It used to work. We used to hit the ball and the ball would bark, but the ball doesn't bark anymore. So now I have to do the barks. Woof, woof. And thank you to everybody, as I previously mentioned, who gets your comments down there in the viewer comment section. Now, coming up on the Today Show, listen, the Browns totally shut down Ravens running back Derrick Henry the last time we played him. But can we do it again? I'm saying there's a chance. The Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator admitted he is preparing to see Shedeur Sanders on the field tomorrow. The prediction pen is back, as it always is on Saturday. And the pen's been on a heater, predicting games for us. But every week we always give it a warm-up question. It's the same warm-up question every week, and here it is. Prediction pen. Will this be a good show? No brainer. All right, there we go, prediction pen. I like what you're thinking. All right, we will see you shortly, prediction pen. And then down there in the viewer comments, someone really lets Kevin Stefanski have it. But first things first, no Alex Wright or Denzel Ward at practice yesterday. But they will wear my favorite uniform combination, the orange pants with the brown shirt and the orange helmets. Now, whether or not that's going to help us slow down Derrick Henry again remains to be seen. But when you look at his numbers, you go, I mean, they're okay. They're nothing like what they were last year. But I'm saying we got a chance. So, all right, let's start here. 148 carries for King Henry so far. He's on his way to another 1,000-yard season. He's only got 6 touchdowns. But look at this. He's averaging 4.8 yards a carry. Now, the Browns, though, we do pretty well with limiting running backs. We usually hold our guys to under 4. So last time out, Derrick Henry only ran for 23 yards against us on 11 carries. We did a number on him. And if you look at this, Derrick Henry's adjusted yards per game, 74 this year. Last year, he was at 118. 5 adjusted yards per carry last season. Last year, he was 6.2. So he's down about a yard, a little over a yard there. The Browns still a top 10 rush defense. We give up 95 per game, but at home, we're only giving up 75 yards per game. So what does all that mean? Yeah, we got a good shot to shut them down again. I mean, asking him to hold him under 25 yards again might be a tall task, but keeping him under his average, maybe. Like, I know his over and under is somewhere around 71 or 72. There's a chance that we could get him to go under. The problem is if Denzel Ward is not, if we're down one of our corners, I mean, it's going to make it tough. They're going to be slinging it all over the yard. Wouldn't you take advantage of that if Denzel Ward wasn't on the field? So the Browns run stoppers, are going to be called upon for sure against Derrick Henry, but we've got, not only do you have, Lamar Jackson's arm to contend with, as usual, you have to contend with his legs. So Carson Schwarzenegger, he will be the spy, and he will be racing back and forth to keep Lamar in check. Now, another thing that we found out is this. The Ravens, their defensive coordinator, admitted that they are preparing to see Shedeur on the field tomorrow. All right, well, let's find out what he said. I mean, we're talking about Zach Orr. He is the Ravens defensive coordinator, and he said definitely when asked about preparing for Shedeur. Definitely we are. We always look at that. Our scouts do a great job of preparing us for who could possibly be coming into the game. And we always do that with backup quarterbacks because you want to know what you could potentially be facing. So we've definitely done some work on Shedeur Sanders, both last game and getting ready for this game. And so I've been saying all along. Now, Kevin Stefanski said yesterday after practice that Shedeur, again, is doing great at everything, including the 2-minute drill that they ran at the end of practice. He singled that out, which I don't understand why he doesn't have a package of plays just to mix things up. Will this be the first week we see it? I hope so. I mean, because you're going to have to pull out all the stops to beat Baltimore tomorrow, even though you're at home. It'd be a good time to do it at home in front of the home crowd. Like I said, I've been saying all along, just give them a package of plays. 5 to 10 plays and that are designed for certain situations. Short yardage, inside the 10, inside the 5, whatever it is. But it'd be nice to see. But anyway, regardless, the Ravens are preparing to see him either way. So we'll see. And the other thing that Kevin Stefanski was asked about was the batted down passes. They had 5 last week against Minnesota. And remember, J.J. McCarthy is 6'3" tall. Our guy is not. Dylan Gabriel, 5'11", maybe. So he said there's no way to combat that. It's just the way the defense plays. But it's going to be an issue. Is that our first what to watch for? Maybe. Could be. But it's Saturday, and which means the prediction pen is ready to answer our most burning questions about the game against the Ravens. And the first question, now, Quinshon Judkins, remember we said his numbers are going down. Boo! Ever since Dylan Gabriel has taken over a quarterback, because teams are selling out on the run. They are not letting us run the ball because they know Dylan Gabriel can't throw it more than 5 yards. So, the first question for the prediction pen is, will Quinshon Judkins break the 100-yard rushing barrier tomorrow against Baltimore? No brainer. Oh, well, there we go. Either the pen is malfunctioning and stuck on no brainer, or Quinshon Judkins is going over 100 yards. All right, next question. Will the Cleveland defense, now this is big because Lamar, he's elusive. And so the defense, it's going to be on the defense to try and get some sacks. So will the Cleveland defense sack Lamar Jackson more than once? Not for $1 million. Okay, well, seems fair. Next question. Will the Browns, this is what we were just talking about, will the Browns hold Derrick Henry to less than 25 yards rushing again? Stuck in the middle between not for $1 million and dude, no way. So take either one of those. So there's no way we're keeping him under 25. So there we go. There's that. We'll go with, you can take either one of those answers and we'll just go with it. So no. So Derrick Henry will run for 26 yards tomorrow against us. All right. Dylan Gabriel now. Another question. Here's a go. This is a good one. Will Dylan Gabriel, remember we talked about it earlier in the week. We showed you the stats. This secondary of the Ravens is not that great. They're hurting. They're giving up a lot of yards. Especially, the last few games. They're giving up a ton of yards through the air. They're tough on tight ends, but wide receivers, they've been having a field day on them. So, will Dylan Gabriel throw for over 300 yards against this weak Ravens secondary? Dude, no way. Okay. All right, prediction pen. Dude, no way. All right. Well, 299 Dylan will throw for. He'll throw for 299, apparently. Which is, take his over, I guess. I'm not, but you could if you want. I don't trust that. Okay. How about this? This is a good question. I like this question. We just talked about it. I mean, should Shedeur Sanders have a package of plays? I mean, the Ravens are prepping for him. So, could he have a set of plays that he comes in and we get to see him for the first time on the field for the Browns in a regular season game? Here's the question. Will the Browns make a change at quarterback during the game? Not for $1 million. Okay, well, it's a wishful thinking thing, and apparently the prediction pen says, nope, that's not happening. And the final question, as we do every week. Remember, pen's on a heater. Here we go. Will the Browns beat Baltimore Sunday afternoon at Huntington Bank Field? Dude, no way. Okay, well, usually I would fight with the prediction pen at this point, but I'm not. This one's hard to fight. I hear a lot of people saying, I think it's going to be closer than what people think. I think there's a chance for an upset. There's this, there's that. I just think that Baltimore, they have gotten it together. And I said it this earlier in the week. This is the worst time to be playing Baltimore. I mean, Lamar's got the rust off of them, and they got extra help on defense before the trade deadline. Oh, it's going to be a tall task. Not impossible, but a tall task. And we'll have our bold predictions for you tomorrow before the game. But what's always right are the viewer comments. And we'll start with Ross Alini, who says, as long as Dylan is on the field, we have absolutely zero chance of beating the Ravens. And they're going to try to go to the playoffs. Yes, the Ravens are. He said it's a wrap, according to this game. So he is with the prediction pen and saying that there's no way the Browns could pull off this upset because the Ravens, they're going to be laser focused. That's the thing. Like, a lot of times, if you would get in a situation like this with a team where you're playing a team that's, having a rough year, you could lose your focus a little bit and walk in and expect to win. The Ravens aren't going to do that because they know they need every single win. And they have a chance if Pittsburgh, they're one game behind Pittsburgh now after the way everything started with Lamar going down. And they're going to be laser focused. It is going to take our best effort to get this done tomorrow. Bernard Cole PAK says, the Browns head coach doesn't have that answer for throwing against the Ravens. I can't wait to see. Well, Bernard, we're going to find out. A throwing quarterback would be the answer, but an undersized left-handed one who only throws 5-yard passes, probably not the answer. So it's going to be interesting to see what Tommy Rees, what kind of play calls he can draw up to try and take down this Ravens defense. But you can't throw. Everybody's been throwing on him. Can we do it? I don't know. Sony Augustin says, Shedeur is an accurate pocket passer. Why not utilize him, Mr. Not-So-Smart Guy Coach Stefanski? Diabolical. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm with you, Sony. I think I've been saying it all season. Let's put together a package of plays for him, and let's get him on the field, just if nothing else, to mix it up and keep the defense on their heels a little bit. So, why not? Why not? Muscle Man 2025. This is a crazy one. Get ready. Buckle up. LMAO. Occupational hazard. Remember, we talked about Dylan. Kevin Stefanski said that Dylan's, or any quarterback, the missed throws are an occupational hazard for being a quarterback, whether you're young or old. But, I mean, some of these misses from Dylan they're more than misses. Between the drop interceptions and the passes to ghosts and everything. But Muscle Man 2025. Laugh my off. Occupational hazard. Okay, Kevin. Is sucking an occupational hazard as well? How about a crappy offense? The one you're in charge of. Any accountability here? How about a crappy special teams? How do you do anything good? Do you do anything good at all? And don't hide behind a good defense. We all know Schwartz is in charge of that. Yes, the only thing on the team you have nothing to do with. That's right, the defense. He has nothing to do with it. And about sums it up. I mean, we're bad at everything except for the things Stefanski's not really involved in. So Bubba Ventrone asked this week, is he worried about getting fired? He said, nope, that's a problem. So, but I do think a lot of Browns fans feel that way. And there was a question in the viewer comments the other day, is it all Browns fans who are asking for Kevin Stefanski to be fired? Or is it just the Shedeur fans? And here's what I'll say. The majority of Browns fans want Kevin Stefanski out of there because we're tired of looking at it. So you go around and you poll, you might find like 1 in every 10 Browns fans who say, no, keep Kevin for whatever reason. When I run into those people, I explain to them why he shouldn't be the coach anymore. But no, it's not everyone. It's most Browns fans who want Kevin Stefanski out of it, including Muscle Man 2025. And we will end today with Skill Gotti 8730, who says tickets going to be cheap as beep for the Ravens game tomorrow because we are boycotting them until Shedeur plays. He said till they play 12. Here's what I'll tell you. The tickets are already cheap. I heard tickets for that game tomorrow are going for like $18, depending on where you want to sit. You could get the lower level for like $50 or less. So I've seen people all over social media trying to give their tickets away. I know the weather's not going to be terrible, but Yeah, man, it's already started, and this is the thing. If they want people to come down there for these last five home games, they're going to need to play Shedeur. That's the bottom line. So it's up to them. The ball is in their court. All right, we'll be here in the morning with our keys and what to watch for and our bold predictions before the Brownies take on the Ravens at 4:25. It's going to be dark when the game ends. It's going to be dark when the game starts practically. My goodness, it gets so dark so early now. All right, that's going to do it. We'll see you tomorrow. Go Browns! Woof, woof. We'll see you next time.